Let's go, brother. Game kedua,
Tricky
Bushido
scenario,
Wildcats
but
versus tim
there's
Vamos.
anything that Esports have
Kita lihat
told
saja,
us
bang ya.
is that everything can happen. Anything can happen. This is how competition can be. And who knows, maybe Bushido Wildcats, when backed in the corner, will actually show their wild spirit.
Zakib.
You know, their animal instincts. That they will be more dangerous if they're in a corner. Just like this one. Look at that. The chain stunts will be good. Zakib survives. Gets to level 2 just in time. So that he will be able to split. And I think that was just perfect timing coming up from Ziki.
Benedetta lawannya
saved by the bell, but you can see it. You
lama banget
the
itu.
river skirmishes, Wolf, those layers of crowd control that they can chain together, they can build through this, giving Ziki difficulty in rotating.
Maybe just skip the lanes, just fast clear the lanes, get out of there as soon as possible, and then team fight afterwards. That also is true for the Guinevere.
Bocor banget, bro ya.
Numb gets away. Arrow 4-4 had to use a deadly magic. Meanwhile, the EXP lane Kuntepper desperate and getting that this could be bad for him. He's just gonna purifies.
Let's go, brother. Lanjut lagi ya. Dah.
It sounds demanding, yes, but it should be good. Oh!
Bisa gitu loh.
Right on the money. Kuntepper still actually
Bisa gitu,
survived.
guys.
We thought he'd get taken out, but I think he already used the eye for an eye, but he did use the Petrify, and Sizka chose not to purify it, so that's what happened. But Sunshine up top needs to be careful. Error 404 is there nearby. He tosses out the deadly magics, messes up Sunshine's flow of team fighting as he baited Sunshine to get a little bit closer to him. He's still trying to go after Natco! A two-man outlay towards the Paquito, and because of the fury of the Phoenix from Clockhood, they were able to spot out Nub, who tried to back him up and tried to follow for the kill onto the Melissa, but in the turtle pit, Bushido Wildcats will be able to get their first tip of
Nexusnya dapat, bang.
All things considered, Bushido Wildcats almost won that fight.
Udah kayak Sorn aja loh.
Coming out from the Harley, and
pokoknya kalau ada recall Sorn guys ya.
Something out of nothing, but of course losing the gold lane,
kebiasaan itu.
Paquito in the early stages is not a good sign. Natco almost died in there up top. The moment that Sunshine gets or he will have the distinct advantage over the Melissa, but only now the movement coming from Team Vamos, the way that they approach this is just to try and go for a 2v1, but now try to go for a kill onto Num will just get away in there. And with all due fairness, Bushido Wildcats,
Perspik Selena loh guys.
They have the lead.
Yeah, you could see the hesitation also from Vamos in the sense that even though they were able to get the Cho onto the grab, not of course the best target for everyone to just jump on, you saw that Vamos is really respecting that crowd control surprise burst capability if they decide to go in. You do still have the passive on the Zetian. You still have space escapes and everything. Kuntepper is going to get dove on this time by two members of Team Vamos. He tries to use the Electro Final Blow to survive for as long as he could. Maybe popped it a little bit too early, but at that point, Vamos just force it out of him. They get a kill. Up top, Bushido trying to make a rotation towards the Melissa. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, they get the arrow off onto the glue, and the perfect kick. This was a counter dive with the fury of the Phoenix, but it's not going to amount to anything, as Bushido have finally been able to show off what they can do, not just in the series, but here in GOTF with a good start in game number 2.
Ooh, finally, we've seen. It's just a sight to see that they are utilizing their lineup in a way that they have the advantage. We talked about their lineup. It's really good in river fights, not in the laning stages, in the 1v1s, but in river skirmishes. We're gonna see them flourish, and the fact that they are now ahead by 1,000 gold means that they can fight again. Neutral objectives key for them. They will have 5 people in here. And there's no chance that Team Vamos is loot. What a kick onto the Uranus though, not the best one. And onto the backside, Sunshine already forces out the Harley. The Guinevere will take the turtle, and now they will be able to punish Sizka, who in front of 4 members of Bushido Wildcats. Now the Melissa wants to go for a poke in here, but that means that Bushido Wildcats will just collect some of the jungle creeps. They still want to look for the Harley, but they will not find him.
This is what we're looking for from Bushido, and finally they get to show it off. They know exactly
King
what
na
they need to do,
to.
but the
Buset, errornya dapat bro ya.
the go away is perfect, and there is no burn to finish off Natco. It ends just in time. They're able to recover somewhat. Bushido are still controlling the map. They are still controlling the sides and the river, and despite that small win, still have to climb back.
Just look now for Bushido Wildcats, now alive in the division, alive in Games of the Future. They also took out 2 turrets. When we said that this lineup is good when it comes to river skirmishes, we saw that once again, but this time I like what Sunshine did. He was the one that forced out Aurora 4 out of position. And now they want to go for this orange invasion. Will not be in time for that one. They just took away the jungle camp, Rock Ursa. So that's another kick show followed up with the stunning. 2 of the damage this time, and the Purify was not enough. Imagine a 3-man unit that can take out the Uranus. This is looking real good for the Wildcats.
Finally get to see them, and they're doing really well. No hesitation. I feel like the coach, that little talk that he gave his team really worked out too. Here comes the Fury of the Phoenix. It stuns a lot of members of Bushido. It means that Nub won't be able to get the opening that he wants with a kick. While Vamos, safely behind their first turret and in between their first and second, are not going to lose any members heading into turtle number 3. Though Bushido still have the control in the map, this is the time for Vamos to find the turnaround in this major 3rd turtle. While members of Bushido are managing the map, they can turn it around here.
Oh, looking.
Definitely
can turn this around. They're gonna be looking for the right angle and approach his team fight. They will be focusing on the turtle right now, and this means that they can group around and find another team fight in the orange buff, which will spawn in 12 seconds. I think that's but the kick. Oh, I mean the arrow into the kick, into the Violent Requiem. No waking up for Siska. That's death number 3 for the Uranus. And onto the backside, they want to go for a kill of the Melissa, forcing out the go away. The Glue will be able to ult onto the Benedetta. Benedetta will likely fall. It will be the case, but in exchange, they will now have momentum. Arrow flies, does not hit. They will go for the orange buff, and they stole it away. Bushido Wildcats, the aggression is real.
And Vamos look overwhelmed with all the crowd control, with everything flying towards them at any given moment. Grup didn't need to go down there, but he was able to do the job of taking Natco out of the fight. Meanwhile, up top, Siska gets dove upon again by the Roam and the jungle of Bushido alongside the Paquito. They're not going to be able to take down the Uranus, but they did take down the tower. Bushido, they are still within tempo. They are still at their pace. But it might get to the point where if this Melissa is online and just one wrong move by Bushido, Vamos can turn it around. But so far, it's looking like Bushido know exactly what they need to do and exactly when to do it. Bottom side rotation now. 4 members of Vamos here. How aggressive will Bushido Wildcats be in this attempt? They go ahead and kick the glue. Contemper with the Electro final blow, but now they get countered by the Fury of the Phoenix. This is exactly what we were just talking about. Contemper gets taken out. The glue is riding here onto the Joe, and Team Vamos are looking to get even more kills. Arrow 404 chasing after Nexus alongside Siska. Vamos cannot find any more bodies. That is just 1. But Bushido Wildcats got nothing out of that.
Real estate controlled. I think that is what they were able to achieve in there. Team Vamos will have to correct the lanes for now. 9 seconds before the Lord. The position will be better for the Bushido Wildcats. However, gotta be careful. Team Vamos will now want to group up together. But still waiting for the 3rd item onto Natco, which means that the Trinity is not available yet on this Melissa. That means that their 5v5 is not as strong as the Wildcats when it comes to head-on collision, especially when Numb gets a pick-off. Will they go for the Uranus once again as a target of the kick? This is very exciting. Arrow flies, Redmar, it seems like the Lord that is about to commence.
And it's going really well right now for Bushido Wildcats.
Lord yang pertama bro ya.
Have the Fury of the Phoenix, just has Ziki for the conceal. Finds a little bit of a better angle, gets information on Numb, Nexus, and Kirai. They know that the Benedetta is up top too. There's a slow minion wave, a big one, pushing in the bottom lane of Team Vamos, and they need to go faster. It looks like they will. They're gonna go ahead and try to force a reaction out of Bushido Wildcats. Sunshine coming in from the wings. So is the Benedetta. Numb trying to bait out abilities from Vamos. Do they know the Petrify? Electro Final Blow combo gets stopped a little bit from the passive, but Arrow 404 is down.
Iya, Natco
Guai
dapat,
gets
bro.
taken out, but Natco somehow gets the last hit, and it all looked too good.
Bisa
Maybe it was
gitu
too
ya,
good
guys,
to be
ya.
true. Vamos wins it.
Unbelievable coming out from Vamos. Bushido Wildcats already initiated well with Gunterberg. However, there wasn't any follow-up. That's the problem. They have a lot of stunts, but they weren't able to chain it together. And the reason why that is because the positioning coming up from Team Vamos and the fact that the Fury of the Phoenix is the perfect way to counter the dive comp. After the jump coming up from the Benedetta, the Fury of the Phoenix information as well as the extra stun allowed for Natco as well as the other members of Team Vamos to collect themselves, utilize this Melissa in a very offensive manner while the glue as well as the units are protecting them.
Lintang laut makanya lele ya sekarang ya.
And just dealt enough damage and enough disruption that the Wildcats' formation was crumbling. Natco, the MVP, for some reason, those needles was enough to take out the Lord.
Serius mau
and now Team
ngegas.
Vamos are back in the game.
Numb trying to find a conceal angle, but isn't going to be committing it. Vamos know that they have the lead. This is the moment that they were waiting for. Bushido handled this as well as they could with the lineup that they had. They get an arrow, but the Fury of the Phoenix gets brought out again. We talked about the impact of this Zetian, and it's been felt over and over with every team fight. But in these past two major moments, it's the sad reality that Bushido now has to deal with. They did everything they could, but this was inevitable for the lineup that they were up against. Despite them getting a kick onto Ziki, he just gets to split away. And Ziska can just now do this. Body the members of Bushido in their own base.
Push commences. A lot of problems. Now Bushido Wildcats have correct. Now damage coming out from Natco is just immense. We talked about how the treaty is not available yet for the Melissa, but this time it is now available. Just one team fight win was all it took. And now even Ziska is not the target anymore for Bushido Wildcats. He's not an easy target anymore with the Purify being available. And of course, the Melissa that can turn things around in case. Zetian Ultimate is almost available as well, coming out from Clockun, 2-0-5 on the Zetian, the mid laner for Team Vamos. They can engage once again. It's 30 seconds before the Lord, and it might well be the last team fight for both of these teams if Vamos takes it.
It's Bushido who decides to take it. They decide to jump onto the Uranus, but now they're getting sandwiched here by the members of Vamos. Fury of the Phoenix is not going to land, but that does provide all the information.
Sabar dulu, sabar, Nexus.
The Violent Requiem have to try and stop the members of Team Vamos from jumping onto them, but it seems like it was inevitable.
King Natco, fokusin.
Seuprit
lagi. Dah, belum.
Natco is down. The game isn't over yet. Whip us back into the portal.
Itu masih seuprit, guys. Ya masih.
If we can get information, it's not over yet. Bushido is still alive.
Woi, belum lah, aduh.
Members of Vamos.
I would say something really smart, Renmar, but I did not see what exactly happened in there. What we do know is that the Wildcats are not out just yet, and there is the Lord. Potential kick. No. That's gonna be the passive. No, not even the passive to Zetian actually. That was just a flicker. Tried to go in. However, it's gonna be enough for them to take this Lord. There's some minion wave up top that has to be handled by Vamos as well. Sunshine takes it. It's not over, Renmar. It's not over yet. Hang on, everyone. We might see something historic coming soon. This is the best game that Bushido Wildcats have played so far. They are up against Team Vamos. Arrow 404 checks out that bush, checks where Numb is. Team Vamos are feeling that they have to gather themselves together. They have to move as 5, which I think is the right decision here.
Vamos are probably just as surprised as we are. Maybe even they themselves were feeling that they were getting whipped into the portal. But Bushido had other plans. The best they looked, as you mentioned, tournament life is what they're fighting for. with a lineup that at this point should be struggling, just
And
pulled
these
off
guys
the
as
defense
well.
of a lifetime. They layered their crowd control perfectly. Heroics from Kuntepper and everyone else to make sure that they can find the Melissa. Bushido, can they do it? But it's still a tall mountain to climb with all of the minions and towers they need to break.
Okay. Team Vamos are perfect, are playing the defense perfectly. Now they want to go for it. I don't know how that happened, but Kuntepper actually was
Kunteppernya
taken
turu
out.
ya Bang ya.
Pivotal piece of the Bushido Wildcats composition. Fortunately, it's just 15 minutes into this game, and there is no real estate lead for Team Vamos when it comes to the minion wave right now. So they can wait for 25 more seconds, clear out their own jungle camps, but Team Vamos wants to take advantage of this. They're pressing the attack in the middle, position themselves. Lord is still 70 seconds away.
Ini pasti nunggu Lord lagi nih guys.
Will not be punished from that pick.
Tanpa Lord agak bahaya juga ya.
Room to build, exactly, is what the death of the Benedetta has now given for Vamos. Minion waves up top will be pushing. A slow push down bottom. An even slower push through the mid. It's going to be a lot of minion waves for Vamos to deal with. Kuntepper has returned. So Bushido has 40 plus seconds to work with in terms of getting some semblance of map control, but Vamos doesn't want to give it. Conceal play.
Buset,
To break
mau
this
langsung
tower
end
up
Bang.
top. To make the base
Num.
no more
Set,
towers here.
dapat
The arrow
Nexus.
lands onto the Zetian. They pop
Wah,
Clockwood
sedap
before the
nyo.
Fury of the Phoenix, and they find error 404 in the center. Nub, Sunshine, and Nexus have done it.
Gelo
No
kali,
jungler
Bang,
for
ya.
Vamos, and now Bushido is going for the chase. It's their turn for advantage. It's their turn for a clearer shot at this next Lord.
What a roller coaster of a game. I can't believe that this is what we're witnessing. Team Vamos looks like they had it in them already, but now they have lost their jungler. They have to somehow delay this Lord take long enough for the Harley to be alive in 10 seconds. Bushido Wildcats, they want to burst. Redmar, it seems like they want to kill Num now.
Can they get him? Knock up on
Buset,
the
Num.
Melissa forces out the Purify.
Gila, Nexusnya mati juga. Lia elah, mati juga. Triple kill. Kirainya dapat. Dapat Lord tapi tetap aja Bang, mati semua itu.
But it's just the Selena remaining. He gets an arrow on the combo
Iyalah.
onto the glue, but try as he did, it was inevitable.
Dapat Lord mati semua, gimana konsep Bang?
Falcon is deathless. Natco with the heroics. Bushido, thank you for your efforts.
GG guys ya, 2-0 guys, sesuai prediksi Eldon ya. Sesuai predik ya, sesuai predik.